to the point that I was so ashamed of myself. I was so full of self-hatred that I was suicidal. And a lot of my time was spent contemplating how my favorite way of taking my life would be. Would I like to jump off of a tall building or drown myself or slit my wrists or, drive into a tree? Driving into the tree was my favorite version. And yet, when I would cook dinner and I would have this big cutting knife in my hands, it drained a lot of energy for me to just cut the vegetables and not turn the knife around and drive it into my own stomach. So, this is the depth of suffering that I needed in order to finally change, to finally do something different, to finally take radical action. 5 years ago, I was driving the car alone and I drove past my favorite tree that called my name. And I realized I had just barely made it past this tree. And so after passing this tree, I realized I almost abandoned my children. I almost gave up on them, right? I almost let my suffering be more important than my children. And so I called my mom and I finally put it all on the table and told her what was going on. And she said to me, Avianne, a dead mother is the worst mother, right? So the question for you right now is, are you ready to end the cycle, to get out of the pattern, to not do another round, but to start to spiral upwards instead of downwards, right? And at any moment, you can say, it's enough. It doesn't need to get worse than this before I take action. I can choose right now. And even once you start thriving and spiraling upwards, just like with Marta yesterday, saying, all right, this is pretty freaking good. Loving it. Let's go higher. Like, and not because anything is wrong, but because you can. And why not? This is our one beautiful life. And I believe we live multiple lives, but why not make this one the best one?